A family. 2 daughters. Their lives extinguished. In Gaza. Israeli strikes, once again, shatter peace. The impact, sudden and devastating, echoes across the war-torn landscape. Reports emerge of an entire family, vanished. A home, reduced to rubble, becomes their tomb. This is not a distant conflict, it is a direct, brutal loss. The world watches, holding its breath. What remains, after such an event, is the silence. And the profound, haunting questions. The full scope of this tragedy is still unfolding. Before the blast, there was life. A family. A home filled with laughter, with dreams, with the everyday rhythms of existence. Their names, their faces, now tragically part of a devastating toll. Local sources confirm the presence of 2 young daughters within the targeted residence. Innocence, obliterated. This wasn't a military target, it was a home. A sanctuary. Each life had a story, a future. Now, only memory and a gaping void. This isn't just statistics, it's a profound human loss. The dust settles, but the sorrow hangs heavy. The Israeli military confirms strikes in Gaza. A statement details operations targeting militant infrastructure. But the reality on the ground, reported by Palestinian health officials and local media, paints a different picture. Civilian casualties. An entire family. Included, 2 daughters. The discrepancy between official reports and eyewitness accounts creates a stark, unsettling narrative. These are not mere numbers, they are lives, verifiable losses, individuals with names and stories. The world demands clarity, accountability. The devastation on the ground is absolute, undeniable. Emergency responders. Digging through mountains of debris. The remains of what was once a multi-story building, now a flattened ruin. Twisted metal. Shattered concrete. Personal belongings, scattered, unrecognizable, telling silent tales of lives abruptly ended. This is the scene. A chilling tableau of absolute destruction. Each piece of rubble tells a story of what was lost, of dreams turned to dust. The frantic search for survivors quickly turned into a grim recovery mission. The air, thick with dust and the acrid smell of explosives, a constant reminder of the violence. The cries of anguish pierce the silence, a raw testament to pain. The community grieves. Neighbors, friends, relatives gather, their faces etched with shock and disbelief, with a sorrow too deep for words. Another family. Another unfathomable loss. Funerals, often held swiftly in this besieged territory, become poignant symbols of collective sorrow, of a people constantly mourning. The raw emotion is palpable. Children, too young to fully comprehend the full horror, witness the weight of this ongoing conflict, the profound disruption of their world. This isn't just about one strike, it's about the relentless erosion of life, hope, and normalcy for an entire generation. A cycle of profound suffering continues, relentlessly. The 2 daughters. Their names, though not publicly released, represent countless children caught in this devastating conflict, innocent bystanders in a war not their own. Perhaps they dreamt of school, of play, of a future far removed from war, of simple joys. Those dreams, now forever silenced. Their innocent lives, tragically cut short, before they could truly begin. The world often forgets the individual cost amidst geopolitical headlines and distant reports. But here, on the ground, each life lost is a universe extinguished. Their memory, a stark reminder of the human toll, the profound injustice, the sheer waste of potential. International bodies and human rights organizations renew urgent calls for a ceasefire. They condemn the targeting of civilians, the disproportionate impact on families, on the most vulnerable. These calls, however, often go unheeded as the conflict persists, seemingly unstoppable. The pattern of civilian casualties continues to draw sharp criticism from global observers. Demands for independent investigations into incidents like this grow louder, more insistent. The cycle of violence claims more lives daily. The global conscience is challenged, deeply, by the escalating human suffering and the apparent helplessness to stop it. This tragic incident is but one chapter in a much larger, agonizing story of persistent instability. It fuels the narrative of despair, of unresolved conflict, of generations living under constant threat. For decades, families in Gaza have endured the unimaginable, a constant state of siege and fear. The trauma of loss, fear, and displacement becomes a permanent scar on the collective psyche. The hope for peace, for a normal existence, for a secure future, seems increasingly distant, fading with each new strike. Each new casualty, each family shattered, deepens the chasm of mistrust and reinforces the devastating cycle. The clock is ticking. For the remaining families. For the children still living amidst the rubble, their futures uncertain. This family story is a harrowing reminder of the immediate, existential threat faced by countless others, every single day. The urgency for de-escalation, for protection of civilians, cannot be overstated. The world must not look away, cannot afford to turn its back on such profound suffering. Every day brings new reports, new tragedies, new families shattered. This moment demands attention. It demands action. The lives of innocent civilians, of children like these two daughters, hang precariously in the balance.